Alright guys, welcome back. And yeah, I know it's been a while. I have to get a little used to talking to the camera again. So the first off-season vlog right here, documenting the off-season also a little bit better. And then even though like my thought process behind is like getting more into the habit during the off-season, then during prep next year. Yeah, it's the same thing with filming my training, right? Like people ask me, Doug, how have you still energy to record all your sessions? It's like just such a big habit. It's just, I'm just doing it. I'm setting it up. And I think it's the same thing with that. So yeah, we are now, wow, a long time in the off season, since December, January, February, March, like, yeah, long time. And it's going amazing, like the momentum. And that is some things I will also go into more detail into, like how I structure my training, how I structure like making it the best off-season to date, because that's always the goal. After each prep, I want to make the off-season even better. Each off-season is like I basically, like, in a way with bodybuilding, it's like a constant, like, right, like the prep is just releasing the fat, but the off-season is like, yeah, building the muscle. So as an athlete, I'm like, in a way, constantly like basically want to make things better. So this video here is something, yeah, where you guys probably will be very excited about. A full day of eating. I want to do like a full day of off-season eating, and the force feeding is about to start. I never did a video about me eating during the off-season because it's a little unconventional. Like being an extreme hard gainer, if I wouldn't eat towards my appetite, I would just eat 1,500 calories at this point, naturally. So I have to force myself to get 3,000 calories in. So I have the calories to support my recovery and training. And that is the plan. So what I usually have is same thing with the prep, actually. Like right after waking up, I take a morning walk and I have a coconut water, like 300 milliliters. I already drunk it, like a coconut water. And now I have like one of those like 7-Eleven smoothies. So I get a bunch of my food also during prep, like almost all of it at 7-Eleven here, right around the corner. And it's like a mini supermarket. So yeah, I having this one. Then the next meal will be already my pre-workout meal. Going to show you that in a little bit, and how I structure it in my off season, exactly how I do it in prep. And that is the key. Like in prep, nothing should really change. I have the same amount of meals, I just switch what I eat. Like in prep, obviously, deep in prep, I wouldn't have this in the morning. But what I usually do is, like in the off seasons, the same thing. I have like 3 solid meals and usually like 1 snack. That is how I do it. That's my sweet spot, like 3 solid meals, 1 snack. And that 1 snack is, yeah, like either a protein bar or a protein shake. So I have like 4 total protein spikes during the day, and therefore like, yeah, basically maximize everything. And that is always my goal. My goal is always maximizing stuff, but not doing more than that. And a lot of people do way more than that. And this is a way of like losing a little of that energy, right? Or like what you could use for recovery, or like for every, like other things in life. So that is why even as a professional athlete, you can have a life. Basically, it's not my thing. Oh, you professionally, you might live in the gym, live this and that, but you can have a good balance, especially in the off season. And especially in the off season, I try to get better at it, because during prep I can't have that balance at some point. So in the off season, I also try to have it a little bit. So yeah, that is the first one, and I show you in a little bit my pre-workout meal. Alrighty, that is meal 1, like cereal, banana, honey, full fat milk, and some whey. So that is the meal 1. And yeah, usually my meal 1, I get it down like 2 hours, honestly, especially in the off season, since digestion is a little slower. I feel getting it down, yeah, like 2 hours before training. And yeah, so yeah, again, the force feeding has begun. And one thing is like most people can't emphasize with that, how I like to describe it is like, yeah, you feel like you went on an all-you-can-eat buffet and you ate everything, you're super full. And then the next day, obviously you don't feel that hungry, or even like after like 2 hours afterwards. That's how I feel off-season wise all the time. It's like all the time I feel I just came out of an all-you-can-eat buffet, but I still have to get it down. And that is, yeah, it can be it sucks, but on one side, it's also, I feel it's sometimes a good thing, because especially during prep, I'm getting so used to the suck of like having discipline of like, I can't just wing it with the nutrition. I have to stay disciplined. I have to force. So my mind is always kind of like a little hardened up. So once I go into prep, the hunger, I always tell you guys, the hunger is not as hard as force feeding. So the hunger for me in prep is like, oh damn, like even during those final weeks, it's like, oh, the hunger, that's a luxury. I like that. But the force feeding, that is like a hard part. So that is why I like it in one way, because it makes also prep in a sense easier once I have to get into it. It's almost like a holiday in prep. Right, ready for the gym. I forgot to show you guys, but I mix coconut water with, I still have some Ghost pre-workout from, this I got from Germany. And yeah, so I mix like 300 ml coconut water, then I put like another 300 ml water into it. Then the pre-workout just tastes good. With the coconut water, I get also like some, little extra carbs in, little electrolytes, and just tastes good. I like it. So that is the pre. And then during training, my intra workout, back to 2 getaways again. Only reason why I do that, I sweat a lot now, also in the gym, because it's getting very hot in Thailand, but also like getting some calories in. Like that is a big thing. When you have a hard time getting calories in, try to get some in during training. And the main purpose is, I don't believe intra carbs doing much per se, but it can help with like getting those extra calories in, so you don't have to struggle getting it in later. So off to the gym now. And let's go. All right, let's continue. Protein shake after training. I forgot to show you that. 2 getaways as well. And just to have it for the record as well, there was a little earthquake today in Bangkok, and it was crazy. I was at the gym, did my set of leg press, and I thought like, I never felt ever like it. Like I was sitting down afterwards, and I felt like kind of like this, but only internally, kind of like shaking. I was like, oh fuck, is my, like, I'm passing out or something. And I laid on the floor, and I was like, that was so weird. I never ever had a feeling like that, and I was a little afraid. Like, was it maybe because I used that Tiger, like, kind of like those for like those inhalers today? I was thinking, is this maybe because of that? Or like even I use earplugs in the gym. Or I think like, well, did I put the earplugs too hard into my ears? Something like that. But then hey, it was an earthquake, and luckily nothing happened. So it was a scary experience. So next thing is meal now after training. Usually like an hour or 2 after training, I get those in like 7-11. I use it almost like as meal prep. It has macros on it. Probably not 100% accurate, but in the off season I don't really care too much. In prep I probably wouldn't eat those, but in the off season, since I work in ranges like 3,000 to 3,200 calories, and even the things you track, you have to remember it is even a banana, like it's never 100% accurate. So we just want to work like roughly within ranges, and as long as I gain body weight within a range that makes sense according to my goals, I'm fine. And I eat those meals almost daily, and I'm like, gaining within the weight I want to gain. So getting this down with also some vegetables. So I can always get the macros in. I still put some effort into that. And showing you that meal in a little bit. Alright guys, the meal is going down. Around 220 grams of veg. I put like some cheddar cheese on it. That is like a kind of salmon with noodles, also a little cheese on it. Had a Fanta already after training. Protein shake and the Pop-Tart for dessert. That is probably the biggest meal of my day. So, guess how we end the day, guys? With nothing else than a shake. A game changer for everyone who has a hard time gaining weight. Get yourself a mixer. Super easy. So, 200 grams of blueberries, 100 grams of guava. I know, a weird mix. 40 grams of whey. 300 ml of milk, 20 grams of peanut butter. With this, I wrap up the day. All the goals are ticked. I hit my macros, my protein, 210 today, a little on the high end, and calories around 3,050-ish, I believe it is. So that is it. 4 meals. Probably do another one in the future, but that is a full way of eating off-season version. Let's go.